welcome to another episode of Evolution Solution.
I'm Jen.
And I'm Matt.
Today we're filming on location at the Old Strathcona Antique Mall.
In this episode, we'll be covering the World March for Peace and Nonviolence,
followed by a short but inspiring rant by Green Party candidate Peter A. Johnston.
And we have a question for you. Do you remember what the fourth R is?
I do.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, Jen here. We're in Hawrelak Park today waiting for the participators for the World March for Peace and Nonviolence to come across the bridge from Laurier Park. This is a very exciting day. The march started in New Zealand in October and it's going to end in Argentina in January. So this is sort of like the Edmonton portion of it, and it's very, very exciting. If you want more information, check out worldwithoutwars.com.
Modern-day media tries to portray the Green Party as weak and whiny. However, with straightforward candidates like Peter A. Johnston, I believe that this viewpoint is about to change.
Well, I'm the Green Party candidate for Edmonton St. Albert. I'm also the Alberta representative on the Federal Council in Ottawa. One of the 6 pillars of the Green political parties all over the world is non-violence. To think that we can be solving our problems by the use of military force is, well, a nice way to put it is to say it's utterly ridiculous. It's totally counterproductive. It's medieval, and it's actually become an enormous worldwide industry, one of the most profitable industries in the world. And the reason we're fighting these pathetic, stupid wars that are doing nothing for the benefit of mankind or even for the benefit of Canada is purely to pump up the arms industry. The main victims of warfare are not even the soldiers, and my God, they have my sympathy too, because they've put themselves in a position that is where they're part of a worldwide killing machine. The main victims are innocent civilians. For every soldier killed, there are hundreds, literally hundreds of innocent civilians killed and uprooted and displaced. There are 4 million displaced refugees in Iraq, which is something you don't hear about. We hear that, oh yeah, Iraq's actually doing quite well. Well, yes, for the elite and the people who are willing to cooperate with the wonderful privatized war that the Americans have been waging in Iraq and Afghanistan. I can't even begin to say what's happening in Afghanistan. All we hear is that the Canadian Army has been entered a village in a heavily armed convoy and has been asking the locals whether or not they like Canadians. And understandably, these people go, oh yes, Canadian troops, we like them. What are we doing in Afghanistan? We still can't get the real meaning of the war in Afghanistan out of the Conservative Party or the Liberals for that matter. Our agenda in Afghanistan is murky and hidden, and even after 8 years, we still really don't know what the hell we're doing there. We purportedly went in to catch Al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden and Al-Qaeda is now moved out of Afghanistan. It's now in Africa, which is possibly even more dangerous than being in Afghanistan. Osama bin Laden is still free, which makes me very suspicious, like, maybe we didn't want to catch him. It's time we stopped using violence to procure peace. It is absolutely ridiculous. Violence begets violence. He who lives with the sword will die by the sword. And the real tragedy is for the ordinary people, the women and children, a whole generation of Afghanis, a whole generation of Palestinians, a whole generation of young people and women in the Congo, in Africa, and a whole generation of Canadian troops and American troops have been irrevocably damaged, if not physically, at least psychologically and mentally, and it is an outrage, and it is time the world stopped this ridiculous nonsense. Our military leaders couldn't do it without support of the politicians, and these politicians like to portray themselves as being nice, caring people. The Green Party says that Canadian forces should be used for 3 purposes. One is for maintaining Canadian sovereignty. We should have a military I'd be much better if we didn't have to do this, but if we do have to have a military force, then use them for maintaining our sovereignty in the far north, where our sovereignty is under real threat from as much as anything from our friendly neighbors to the south, but also to many other nations. The other thing they should be used for is disaster relief, which they are occasionally used for when Toronto gets too much snow for their infrastructure to handle and that kind of thing. But we should also have a real focus on disaster relief abroad. We do have that in a little way with our group called DART. But the other thing we should be using our forces for is for peacekeeping, not peacemaking, peacekeeping, and that is what Canada is renowned for, and our reputation in that respect is in rapid decline because of the neocons that are running this country.
I just want to say one thing about the theme here for the day, and it seems to be that bombing for peace is like fucking for virginity.
Alright, boys, let's bring these people some fucking peace. Freedom style!
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Evolution Solutions.
Stay tuned next time when we cover the Message in a Bottle rally.
And for all of those waiting in suspense, the fourth R
Reclaim.
makes sense.
Somehow we forgot?
Bye.
Stop that.